Hi, I'm Ed Skimmon, co-founder of Emerge Inc., a website and software development firm, and LorainCounty.com, a local site shining a spotlight on the things that make Lorain County great. I'm joined today by Tony Gallo, president of the Lorain County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Tony.
How you doing, Ed?
I'm good. So recently, you partnered with a number of organizations to launch LorainCountyStrong.com. Can you tell us about it?
Sure. So Lorain County Chamber kind of participates in a lot of other chamber organizations. And what I was seeing across the United States with the whole onset of the self-quarantining and the COVID-19 issuing and social distancing was a lot of these chambers were taking it upon themselves to kind of put a focus on their community, how to make sure that they got the information out there for the restaurants that were open and offering some either takeout, curbside, or delivery options, and especially for a lot of these restaurants that weren't used to doing that. So they kind of came up with websites and ways to get that information out there. So what I did was I actually reached out to you over at LorainCounty.com and said, hey, we're thinking of doing this. Is this something that you could help us with? And then also Lisa Hudson from the SBDC kind of came on board, and then we started talking saying, let's involve our small business organizations like the Main Streets and our Visitors Bureau, as well as the county commissioners. And then we kind of reached out to the other smaller chambers that are in Lorain County too, to get them all on board. And I think at the end of the day, I think there's 14 organizations that got together to actually promote this.
What a great collaborative. And thanks for inviting us to be part of it. Obviously, we were glad to be part of it. Can you tell me more about what's on the website?
So originally it was going to be, just to kind of focus on the restaurants and what they were offering and who was offering it, and to kind of get a one-stop for people to actually find out, hey, I wanted to order some food. So then we also put connections with for working at home. A lot of people aren't used to working remotely, so there was some information that we put in there about some of the best things to utilize, things like Zoom, which we're on right now, and how to get your home office set up, tips on working from home. We also put the latest and I guess greatest information that we get about COVID-19 and what's happening from a county level, a state level, and the federal level, as well as the world level too, with as much information out there about the ever-changing, I guess, landscape of dealing with this virus. So it's an ever-moving, I guess, pinpoint. So we're trying to get as much of that information. I just sent you some more information to get up there that had actually to do with the SBA loans and what is going to be involved for small businesses and what they're going to need to know, and how they can apply for some of these loans. So we're trying to get all that information out there as much as possible.
Sounds great. What else are you doing to support your members during these times?
Well, we're still trying to do what we normally do, which is kind of act as an advocate for small business and act as kind of the organization that can help connect other businesses. So believe it or not, I'm on the phone for most of the day, either on conference calls or Zoom meetings, talking to other businesses and seeing what it is that they're running into out there. It's interesting because, again, Lorain County has a lot of essential businesses, and I guess I'll do that, the air quotes of essential, because a lot of them are still working. Most of our manufacturers are still working. Obviously, we have got a lot of healthcare individuals and organizations out there that are still having their workers come to work too. So, for the most part, we're still trying to do what we do. On Wednesday, we're going to actually have our first virtual happy hours. If you're a chamber member, you're going to get a link from Zoom to actually participate. We'll see how that goes. I think a lot of people are anxious to get together with people they haven't seen in a while and see how they're doing, and we're anxious to kind of still do that. We're going to give away a couple of door prizes. The door prizes will actually be gift certificates to the restaurants that are opening or that are still open. So we want to make sure that we kind of still support everybody as much as possible, and on a daily basis, I'm dealing with Lisa over at the SBDC. I talked with Max Upton today from the city of Lorain to talk about what we may be able to do with some of the small businesses. I've been in contact with a couple of the commissioners as far as to see if there's something that we can do really specifically here in Lorain County for small businesses to kind of help them out. And on a daily and weekly basis, we're still dealing with Team NEO to see what's going on in our 18 county footprint as to what other areas are doing to help their small businesses too.
Fascinating. We talked this morning in our team meeting about how none of us wants to go dark for 8 to 12 weeks. That, while things are really strange, there's still movement. And, when we get out of this, we're all still going to have to, continue the things we were working on before.
Well, yeah, and that's the whole thing. I mean, and we're dealing with some, issues where originally I thought we were ahead of the curve because we were basically moving everything that we had scheduled in March and April and May into June, July, August, and September. But now I'm wondering if May might have been a little too early for some of the items that we rescheduled. So we're going to just kind of take it on a case-by-case basis. We've got some alternative dates already in the works for even like our golf outing, which is always in June. That may get pushed back a little bit later into the season too, because not knowing what social distancing protocol is going to be all at once as soon as that April 30th date kind of comes around, and what may bring us is still sort of a moving target. So yeah, we're trying to keep the word out there as much as possible. We've got some things that we're working on. We had somebody suggest we do a Lorain County Proud T-shirt. So with proceeds, any dollars that are made on that, we can utilize and give back to our small business community in some way, shape, or form. So a lot of that's sort of kind of getting fleshed out as we speak. We got somebody who's trying to come up with the design for us, and we've got one of our chamber members that actually produces T-shirts to see how we would be able to produce them and then actually deliver them too, because obviously that's an issue right now.
Sure. Well, keep us informed.
Yes, I will for sure.
Word out on that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks, Tony. I really appreciate your time and your leadership. Tony can be found online at Twitter at Chamber Tony, on Facebook by searching Anthony Gallo, and be sure to visit LorainCountyStrong.com and the Chamber website at LorainCountyChamber.com.
Thanks, Ed.